Frank Martin is a monster. This dude is tearing through the lightweight division on his way to a world title. And Artem Harutyunyan is just the next man in his path. Now for Artem Harutyunyan, this is the chance to completely change the path of his career. If he's able to come in here and pull this upset off, everything's different for him. The problem with that whole scenario is that the man who stands in his path is an absolute savage. Frank Martin is no joke, man. This dude knows how to fight at a very high level. He's down there training with the current, most hottest trainer in the game right now, Derek James. He's in there in with a super team, Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo. I mean, I'm sure there's just a handful of other guys in there, Ryan Garcia, Anthony Joshua, that are just high-level fighters who are able to go in there and get it done. And they are in there. You've heard the saying, iron sharpens iron. And I'm sure these gentlemen are down here just putting a razor's edge on their skill set. I mean, you look at Frank, and he's one of these guys. He's able to do everything, right? We've seen him go in there, and we've seen him fight going forward. We've seen him fight going backwards. We've seen him be aggressive. And we've seen him just shoot counter punches where he's able to just step and lean back and just fire off with real power from that southpaw stance. We've seen how defensively responsible he is, the way he's able to get under these shots, the way he'll allow guys to back him up into the corner and then wait for a shot, and get underneath it and circle out. We've seen the way that he'll work behind the jab, but at the same time, what I love is what a guy doesn't need the jab to set up his offense. One of the things I hate is when a guy gets married to his jab, right? We learn it from day one. You come into the gym and you hear trainers say, work behind the jab, work behind the jab. If things ain't working, get back to the jab. It makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, if everything you do is built off of that jab, if you need that jab to get your offense going, then all it takes to disrupt your game is a man who can come in there and take that jab away. Best example of that is Floyd Mayweather. Guys had good jabs. That was the very first thing that Floyd did, is he went in there and he took away his opponent's jab. And usually that was all it took for a guy to get confused. And then from there, Floyd was able to just dismantle him. So that's one of the things that I love about a young fighter coming up, is that he's got a good jab, but he's not married to it. He's able to get his offense going a whole lot of other ways. Now, you look at Artem, and look, he's a good fighter. We heard it in one of the pre-fight interviews to this. He said that he had over 250 amateur fights. Okay, he was a bronze medalist in the 2016 Olympic Games. They don't just hand those medals out. They're not just giving them away. You got to go in there and you got to earn them. And if you want to do that, that means you have to fight at a very high level at the amateur international stage. Okay, that's not easily done. There's a lot of guys who aren't able to accomplish that. So that says a lot. That being said, as a pro, this is going to be his first fight over here in America. Everyone other than this has been over in Germany. That means he hasn't been fighting against the highest level competition. And now he's stepping in here against an absolute monster in Frank Martin. And you go back and you watch these tapes, okay? You see some of these tapes from these fights that he has in Germany. I got to be honest, man. It's not exactly the most impressive. Yeah, he knows how to fight well on the outside. Got a decent little jab. Nice work rate. Bounces around well. Can move in and out. Fights good from the outside. Can come forward. But when you think about him matching up against a guy like Frank Martin, you can easily see some of these flaws that are going to become problematic, right? For example, he doesn't know how to fight well on the inside. He doesn't know how to transition well between offense and defense. When he's on offense, he's throwing punches. He's typically coming forward, things like that. When he's on defense, he's moving away, or he's backing up behind a high guard. He doesn't know how to switch well, flow seamlessly between the two of them. That's going to be a problem. One of the things that is problematic when he's on offense is that he doesn't work a lot of defensive movements into it, and he keeps his head on the center line. That's going to be real trouble for a guy like Frank Martin, who's got a beautiful half step back, and then he comes with just a ferocious left hand. It's what we've seen him drop multiple people with. So I don't think this one is going to be hard. It's not hard to predict. We know what's going to happen. Frank Martin's going to come out with the victory on this. The question is going to be, how does he look? We've already seen him in the pre-fight talking about Gervonta Davis. We've seen him talking about Devin Haney. I could have swore I've seen him mention something about Shakur Stevenson in the past. Either way, this dude is out here. He's calling out the top guys in the lightweight division. Okay, he's announcing himself. I'm here. I want to fight amongst the best. I think I'm ready to do that. That's what this fight is going to be all about. He's impressed us with everything he's done up until this point. Now we're going to see it once again, right? We're going to see what he brings to the table. And the lightweight division is on fire, man. And Frank Martin deserves to be mentioned amongst some of these top elite guys. Everybody wants to see what he's going to do and what he's going to bring. I mean, it is just an absolute meat grinder, and I can't wait to see what's next. So let me know what you guys think. Are you as excited about the future for Frank Martin? Do you think this fight's going to end early? Do you think Artem possibly being able to draw on his vast amateur experience is going to be able to make it go the distance? Let me know what you guys think.